a question for 49er fans, because we were talking about getting into this. 888-957-9570 is the number. It's also the Xfinity mobile text line. 49ers, it seems obvious, are going to go into next season with Trey Lance, and they're going to go in with Brock Purdy, and they're going to go in with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Is that better than Garoppolo, Lance, and Purdy? Because I don't think it is. I think the 49er quarterback position got worse since last year.
You know what? For anybody out there that feels that way, I'm not mad at you, because I saw last year's San Francisco 49ers with Mr. Irrelevant come in mid-season and take them right back to the NFC Championship game. So I'm the guy that told you I feel like, and it's starting to look like, Kyle can do it with any quarterback. And now we saw what happened with Purdy. If for some reason, there's a delay with him coming back, why can't Sam Darnold come in and do what Brock Purdy and Jimmy did in previous years? Why can't Trey Lance do it? Especially now, I'm saying it. Outside of the Dolphins, I think the Niners got I'm including the Dolphins. Mostert, I love you guys, but you ain't McCaffrey. The Niners got the best weaponry in the NFL. And I believe that. And with the tutelage of Kyle Shanahan, any quarterback can be successful. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but Darnold coming out of USC was supposed to be the next, and now he's in I dubbed what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I just said fight on. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. Sorry.
I was I talked to myself. Guru, he went to Oregon.
As producer
what I knew was
Lucas
USC.
Alexander is feeling better. We love you, Lucas. Feel better. Torn ACL, got it recovered.
Dude,
so there you go.
That's why I love Spadoni. And I sent him a personal text. Told him feel better. But he can step in and do it too, Steiny. So I don't think they're taking a step back.
Of course they have.
Please explain. That's my Roxy Burns.
Jimmy Garoppolo, in the last 6 years, quarterbacked 55 games, and the Niners won 37 of them. They won 37 of his 55 games. So either somebody's going to have to quarterback them to 37 and 18, or they're not going to be as good at quarterback. The reality of the situation is, whether you like it or not, Jimmy Garoppolo has been a factor at quarterback for the Niners for the last 3 to 5 years. He's won them games. He's been steady. So now what? He was this team's security blanket. He was absolutely positively this team's security blanket. Something goes wrong with one of the two quarterbacks next year, and they don't have Garoppolo. Do you believe Sam Darnold can do what Jimmy Garoppolo has done? I don't.
Well, my only thing to you saying that is the organization told us what they think. And they obviously think they've gotten better, or they can do better without Jimmy G or Steiny. He would still be a part of that quarterback room. So I'm asking you, how can you feel that way when the team had the option, but they chose it was time to move in a different direction?
Because they gave up their quarterback who had the most experience, who had the most playoff success, who had the most time under center in the last 5 years. So all I'm saying is they went from last year having Trey Lance, who had only played 2 games, Jimmy Garoppolo, who played 55-60, and Brock Purdy, who played 0. Well, next year they're going to Brock Purdy, who's played 8, Trey Lance, who's played 4, and Sam Darnold, who, to me, is not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. So they lost a quarterback who was successful for them, and now, relatively speaking, they got 2 unknowns at quarterback.
And Purdy being one of the unknowns?
Of course.
Well,
of course.
Okay, he was undefeated. So let's just say I'm wrong, and he's ready to go week 1. I mean, the offense looked different under Brock Purdy because he did things and had attributes that Jimmy didn't have, mainly keeping the play alive, mobility, and being able to throw the ball outside the pocket. Like, I'm asking you, Steiner, you think that really was 8 games of flukage?
No, not flukage, but do you think he's going to be better than last year?
Honestly, I do.
What's he going to do better than last year?
It's not better, it's maintain. Well, and maybe he can take it up a notch because now he'll be like some good chicken meat, taco meat. He'll be seasoned.
And maybe the defenses will benefit from seeing him 8 or 10 times, and he won't have a jump from last year, and this will be who he is.
Okay.
And in a year, we'll say, you know what, he's pretty similar to Jimmy Garoppolo. Because I think that's a possibility.
But what if they feel like, and obviously I think this may not be it, but there was something they were feeling, Steiny. What if they feel like Jimmy he capped out? Well, and they were like, you know what? Plus he can't stay healthy. And Brock, when you got hurt, there weren't regular season games.
Who's more injury prone, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Wow.
Because Garoppolo's been healthier than all of them.
Well,
even though they've had a small
had a season, the first one he didn't play. Yeah.
So he's played 1 out of 2 seasons, Trey Lance, and Purdy's played a half a season. I'm not saying Brock Purdy's going to fail, but what I am saying is I don't think he's going to be
as good.
No. Well, I don't know about as good, but he's not going to be significantly better to me than last year.
But it might be good enough with what you have around you.
It wasn't last year, was it?
Well, he got hurt in the most important game, but he got you to that game.
You think they would have beaten the Eagles?
Snotty, it would have went to the fourth quarter, and if you told me they won 23-20, I wouldn't have been surprised.
We're all just guessing on that. The Eagles won 31-7.
Every part of
the Eagles scored. Forget the 49er offense.
Yeah.
The Eagles scored 31 points on that defense.
Really, 24. They got a touchdown because the coach.
Still a lot for supposedly the best defense in the NFL.
But now
they took their foot off the gas too.
Yeah, but now you took one of their best defenders. You got him on your defensive line. You would think your defense is going to be better. You lost Ward, okay, but we all saw that coming. Steiny, I don't think Brock Purdy was a fluke. That's all I'm saying. But I do get people saying I want to see more.